Sleep is so important. It's another one of my non-negotiable pillars to make an optimal human being with their health. Sleep is really the only time that you're truly healing and rebuilding and recovering. And if it is not quality sleep, if it is not the duration of sleep that you need, then you will always be at some level of health decline, especially with your blood sugars. So, when we talk about good practices, there's a few simple things you can do. Number one, if you want to win the nighttime and get to bed and have a good quality sleep, you got to win the day. So we got to keep a good stable blood sugars throughout the day, especially at nighttime, because when you're on roller coasters, it is very likely that that's going to be a night where you might be wired and tired and it's hard to get to sleep. It's much more likely that when you're on that roller coaster, you're going to release some hormones in the middle of the night. It's going to wake you up between 2 and 4 a.m. It's hard to get back to sleep. So, number one, we got to make sure we're keeping a better blood sugar profile before we go to bed. Another thing, I hear a lot, especially from my women out there, that they're a little sluggish and tired throughout the day, and then 8 p.m. comes and they are like bink, wired. I call it wired and tired. They're wired enough to not be able to fall asleep, but they're too tired or brain foggy and fatigued to not really want to be productive or do anything. So they sit there. Sometimes they lay in bed and their mind's racing for an hour before they even get to sleep. A lot of these things. So what we want to do is, if that's happening for you during the day, come back when the day, you got to exhaust the physical body. Okay. When you get stuck up here, I want you to work out. I want you to exercise. And then a lot of people do not have that practice. A lot of diabetics don't. And when it comes nighttime, they're releasing certain stress hormones. It keeps them awake, and it's hard to have a good quality sleep. A few other things. Get a nighttime routine. Okay. Try and drink all your water before about an hour to 2 hours before bed. So that way, waking up and urinating is not another cause of poor sleep, but also have a good night routine. So there's simple practices. When the sun goes down, you start dimming and turning off lights. In our culture, the sun goes down, we turn on everything and we're getting all this stimulation, and that can really disrupt your circadian rhythms. Other simple things, limit or eliminate your caffeine intake. And if you're going to have that 1 cup of coffee a day, make sure it's early, okay? At least before 10 a.m., better to be before 8:30, 9 a.m. So you have enough time for that to clear out and not affect your sleep cycles that night. Now, I've met many people, they're so sensitive that even that is a disruption. So when I have them go 3 to 4 weeks without that cup of coffee, even if it was before 8:30, almost always they start reporting better quality sleep. Okay. I'm not saying never have caffeine or coffee for the rest of your life, but if you are dealing with sleep issues, definitely give it a try. Other factors is many diabetics I meet, because they've been told to take a very low carbohydrate approach. Now, this is especially for women. If you're super low carb, especially at dinner, it can start affecting your sleep cycles. And what I recommend though is you have some balanced, healthier carbohydrates, non-processed carbohydrates at that dinner time. And for someone where maybe they have been practicing super low carb for a while, give that a shot where you bring in a little healthy carbohydrate at dinner time. And a lot of times that can help smooth out that nighttime sleep quality.